This is the Coastal Current, presented by the Heil Law Firm, battling for justice, winning for the community. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Coastal Current. My name is Clarissa Sedena.
And I'm Sharon Diaz.
We are so excited to return to your TV screen. Now, if you don't know about the show, you're not familiar with us, we are fairly new. We are Corpus Christi's newest lifestyle show, and we are here to highlight all the beauty of the Coastal Bend, right?
Yes, our mission is to bring positivity into your life during such a dark and negative time in this world right now.
That's right, and we need some more rainbows and sunshine. I always say that, and it sounds silly, but isn't it true that just meeting one positive person at the grocery store or coming across a show like this, it can really brighten your day and help you start the day off with a positive attitude, and we want to keep that vibe going. So the Coastal Current is here to highlight all the great people, places, and things that make Corpus Christi and surrounding areas such a beautiful place to live, especially this time of year. I'm living for these cooler temperatures.
Yes. Please interact with us on Facebook and Instagram and let us know all the positive things that are going on in your community.
Definitely. If there's a local hero you know about or a restaurant that's locally owned that's just to die for, please reach out to us online, as Sharon mentioned, Facebook, Instagram, at the Coastal Current. So search us up, give us a like and follow, and let's get this party started. Now, with that said, there's some really great events happening around the Coastal Bend in the coming weeks, so we want to highlight a few of those, encourage you to get out of your comfort zone and into some fun right here in our community. So let's look at our Shoreline Spotlight. Happy holidays, everyone. There are so many great things happening around our community, but most importantly, we want to encourage you to give to those in need, but also gather your friends and family and make the memories you deserve this holiday season. Let's get started with In the Game Fun Trackers. November 10th through 17th, you can help fill the pantry for families in need. Bring in non-perishable food items and receive a free 30-minute gameplay pass. They do have a preferred list of items on their Facebook page, so stop by and check that out. One free 30-minute gameplay pass per person per day. On November 11th, it is free admission at the Lex. In appreciation of their service to our nation, the USS Lexington Museum Executive Director Steve Banta announced that veterans, active duty, and reserve members of the U.S. military service will receive free admission to the museum from Saturday, November 8th through Veterans Day on Tuesday, November 11th. The iconic and 40th annual Jewish Food Festival is returning to the Coastal Bend November 15th from 5 to 9 and 16th from 11 to 2. This is a huge two-day event with food, music, family-friendly entertainment, a vintage shop, a silent auction, and a garden booth. Now, as I said, this is very, very popular. You can enjoy the Jewish deli serving traditional favorites such as brisket, matzo ball soup, falafel, everything you can think of. Of course, they have some delicious and authentic desserts as well as that silent auction. So get out there and enjoy yourselves. It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but we do encourage you to check out the holiday market on Peppermint Lane beginning November 16th and every Sunday leading up till Christmas. This is a fantastic opportunity for holiday shopping, supporting dozens of local vendors, and that's going to be located at the bus parking lot and terminal. You can enjoy holiday music, hot cocoa, and cheer while getting ahead on that Christmas list. Beginning November 21st, it's Elf the Musical at Aurora Arts Theater. If you've seen the movie, you know what to expect, but it'll be better than ever, supporting our local artists. Also beginning November 21st, A Christmas Carol will begin at Harbor Playhouse. This classic will be from November 21st through December 21st, Fridays and Saturdays at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Get out there and enjoy all the beautiful things we have available to us here in the Coastal Bend. We only got to name a few, but we do encourage you to let us know which events you'll be at and tag us in your photos at the Coastal Current on Facebook and Instagram. Happy holidays.
The Pop Culture Report, where we dive into everything Hollywood. In a world of celebrity romance, pop superstar Katy Perry and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau have stepped out as a couple, confirming rumors that have swirled since Perry's split from Orlando Bloom earlier this year. The pair made their debut at a Paris birthday bash for Perry last weekend, hand in hand in the iconic city with wide smiles and undeniable chemistry. Sources close to the duo say it's early days, but Trudeau and Katy Perry romance is in full bloom. Will she become the First Lady of Canada? You decide. Would you like to see Katy Perry as the Queen of Canada? Let us know.
Well, thank you, Sharon, for that update. I'm going to keep going with the celebrity vibes because this one is for my Swifties. As we know, we are in a new era. It's the life of a showgirl for my Swifties. But how controversial has this album been? Now, don't get me wrong. I think we know everybody's really brave behind the computer and the keyboard, and they've got a lot to say. But there are several things that have been controversial about Swift's newest album. Now, first of all, it sounds like she's digging at Travis's ex, which can we decide whether or not that's petty, or is she allowed to do that as a musician, as an artist? She's known for digging deep and analyzing things and putting that into beautiful metaphors and poetry through her music. So should we be judging her for that? Others have said that her style sounds more juvenile, but speaking of juvenile, some parents are conflicted because their young daughters admire Taylor Swift so much, and this is surely a venture out from her usual dialogue, right? Many of her fans were looking forward to hearing about her romance and Taylor Swift in an era of love and engagement. However, this may not be what's suitable for her young listeners. So whether or not you agree with that is up to you. I love Taylor Swift. I'm not a Swiftie. I listen to her music occasionally, but at the end of the day, as a musician, I can speak to the fact that every musician has a right to write lyrics about whatever they please, and hopefully your fans can appreciate it. And if not, there's plenty of other music to listen to. Am I right? You go, girl. All right, in other music news, because you know I have to go there, we did talk about Bad Bunny on the last episode, but since then there's even more controversy. So it has been announced that the big game will have a halftime show featuring Bad Bunny. Why not? He's a hit, his concerts are selling out all across the world, but a lot of people are against it, mostly because of the fact that most of his music is in Spanish. So I'm loving all the memes about people saying we've got a few months to figure out what he's saying and to learn Spanish, but celebrities like Kid Rock have had other things to say in a less favorable way. So we're hearing a lot about an anti-halftime show that's supposed to be put out. A lot of people feel controversy because he canceled some of his US dates in fear of ICE raids at his concerts, which I think is fair, and he's looking out for his people, right? So wherever you land on that, it's entirely up to you. I'm curious as to whether or not you'll be watching the real Bad Bunny concert during the big game, or will you be watching the anti-halftime show on another channel? So let us know on our social media outlets at Coastal Current on Facebook and Instagram. Coming up, we have food, movies, and more, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
Did you know that in middle-income communities, there are about 13 books for every child?
But in some underserved communities,
There's only one book for every 300 children.
studies show that having lots of books at home is one of the best ways to help a child succeed in school and beyond.
That's why the Scripps Howard Fund started the If You Give a Child a Book campaign to give books to children who need them most, like me.
So please, if you could give a child a book today,
Just scan the QR code. We would be so grateful.
What does it take to make a champion? Before all this, it takes something else to make it happen. It starts with a dream, a vision. It starts with someone believing in you before you believe in yourself. We believe nothing should stop a future champion from becoming the best version of themselves. What does it take to make a champion? You. Join us to support our future champions and 9-time gold medal winner, Carl Lewis, for a very special Night of Champions.
You're watching the Coastal Current, presented by the Ohio Law Firm, battling for justice, winning for the community. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Coastal Current. Now, Sharon, I want your input on the Bad Bunny topic earlier. What are you thinking of the anti-halftime show?
Well, let me just say that I will be for sure watching the halftime show.
You're going to be decked out. In
Yes, Bad Bunny. I have all the merch already, so I'm definitely going to be all decked out on that day for Bad Bunny.
I love it. Well, you know what? I do give props to artists that venture out into other avenues, and I'll give Bad Bunny some street cred on how he's doing in the movie world. world as well.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I really loved him in the latest Adam Sandler flick. He's funny, he's relatable, and I love that about an actor. And so many people are able to kind of cross over into both categories, so I love that. But speaking of movies, with the holidays quickly approaching, I know a lot of us are like, what are we going to the theater to watch? What are we going to get our popcorn for? Let's go. There's some really great movies coming out in November, so let's start with Die, My Love, coming November 7th, directed by Lynn Ramsey, starring our beloved Jennifer Lawrence, Robert Pattinson, Lakeith Stanfield, Sissy Spacek, and Nick Nolte. Those are some big names. Stars Jennifer Lawrence as a woman who moves with her husband back to his hometown, where they have their first child, and she begins to unravel under the stress of postpartum depression. Ladies, can we relate? Yes, we can. But there are some other things in the mix, and I am looking forward to this. I appreciate Jennifer as an actress, and I think this is a really good lineup, so it's going to be really good. We also have Begonia coming out November 7th as well, starring Emma Stone. Big fan of her as well. She is reuniting with Academy Award-winning director Yorgos Lanthimos and former co-star Jesse Plemons in this fast-paced film that follows a high-profile CEO who's abducted by conspiracy theorists who believe that she's an alien destined to destroy the planet. I'm huge on alien and sci-fi, so to me, this is it. I'm going to be watching this one for sure.
One that I'm very excited about is the Frankenstein movie, directed by Guillermo del Toro. If you know Guillermo del Toro as a director, he is amazing. I look forward to all of his movies. Yeah. He has such a special eye for movies, so I'm very excited about this movie.
H-E-B is our coveted grocery store, right? We love H-E-B, and I've heard nothing but great things about it as a brand, as a company. Well, they are set to donate $6 million. They made a commitment to address hunger across Texas, donating $5 million to support Feeding Texas-affiliated food banks and $1 million to the Meals on Wheels program statewide. Again, this is a huge testament to our coveted and beloved H-E-B. It's such a great company to work for, and in this season that we're in, you know, we mentioned that it's kind of dark times. There's a lot of confusion, especially with SNAP being removed, hopefully just temporarily, but those that are in need do have the reassurance that there will be some support thanks to our friends at H-E-B. So that is a wonderful, wonderful story to share, and that's what we're here for.
Yes.
So speaking of which, there are some local organizations that are great, like the YWCA, right?
The YWCA, and I do want to highlight Esperanza de Texas, who's also going to be giving a lot of resources during this government shutdown. So we are very thankful to have these organizations that are going to be giving back to the community during these hard times. But the YWCA is doing a lot in our community, and I don't think a lot of people know what is going on in that place.
That's
so
right.
They do have a new CEO, Ms. Esmeralda Teran, who she's turned the YWCA around in just 4 months, which is incredible.
Yes, huge changes. We had a chance to visit with her and talk to some of the guests and members. So let's take a So let's take a look at that story and learn more about the YWCA.
Welcome to the YWCA, where we're eliminating racism, empowering women, and promoting peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. Hi, my name is Esmeralda Herrera Teran. I am the new Chief Executive Officer here at the YWCA at 4601 Corona. We do a lot of programming here. We work with seniors, we work with YW teens, we work with families. We also work with the nonprofit agencies that bring in programming for our members. We are membership only. We have our big swimming pool, which is with over 6,000 square feet in there. We have gym rentals available, and we also have chair volleyball, Tai Chi, yoga, anything that you're looking for. We're a full service nutrition, health, wellness facility. Today here at the YWCA, I would love to give you a tour of our facilities and maybe talk to some of our members on how exciting it is to be part of the YWCA. Come on with me so we could start touring the facility.
I'm Thomas. I'm a pool attendant at the YWCA. I enjoy working here because I'm a member. I've been a member for a long time. I've been working here about 4.5 years. The Y is a good place. We have a nice swimming pool, as you can see. We have a weight room, a cardio room, a full gym for basketball, volleyball, pickleball. The people here are like a big family. We have all kinds of activities, every holiday, everything you can think of, from Cinco de Mayo to Veterans Day, We always have potlucks at least once a month, or try to have it at least once a month. And we usually have like 130 people show up for potluck, so there's quite a bit. Bring your best potluck dish and come over because we'll have fun. Lots of food, singing, dancing, mariachis, everything you can think of. Regular party. For $5, you can participate in anything in the YWCA throughout the day. $5 a day, or you can be a member. Seniors pay $30 a month.
My name is Steve Alcorn. I joined probably late 2018 after I moved down here. So I think the YWCA has impacted my life because it gives me an opportunity to get the exercise that I need instead of sitting around the house. When I came down here, my goal was not to fade into the furniture when I retired, and so this is a good way to get the exercise that I need. I encourage someone to join because it's a good way to get out.
Thank you for touring the YWCA today. I'm super excited that we were able to take you on a tour, and you were able to meet several of our members that have been longtime members. Some of our members have been here for 20, 30 years. You gotta come out and join the YWCA, where every member is a friend. If you're interested in supporting the YWCA or becoming a member, please drop by at 4601 Corona Drive, where you'll be greeted with a smile.
Chris 6 News puts veterans in focus. Veterans in Portland, in Ingleside, in Aransas Pass on the south side. These veterans are our neighbors, our friends, people who sacrifice for our nation. We're honored to give them a voice. If you know a veteran who needs help or deserves recognition, call this number or visit christv.com.
Watch Veterans in Focus, Tuesdays at 6 on Chris 6 News, sponsored by the Heil Law Firm.
Did you know that in middle-income communities, there are about 13 books for every child?
But in some underserved communities,
there's only one book for every 300 children.
Studies show that having lots of books at home is one of the best ways to help a child succeed in school and beyond.
That's why the Scripps Howard Fund started the If You Give a Child a Book campaign to give books to children who need them most, like me.
So please, if you could give a child a book today,
just scan the QR code.
We would be so grateful.
You're watching the Coastal Current, presented by the Heil Law Firm, battling for justice, winning for the community.
Welcome back to the Coastal Current. For this year's Thanksgiving, the Dallas Cowboys will host the Kansas City Chiefs on Thanksgiving, November 27 at the AT&T Stadium. The game is scheduled for 4:30 p.m. and will be broadcasted on CBS. This will be the first time the Chiefs have played a Thanksgiving game in Dallas in 30 years, and the first time Patrick Mahomes will start a game in Arlington, Texas.
All right, and he is a Texas boy, right?
Yes.
So something to be excited about. That's one thing I look forward to around Thanksgiving is we try to keep everybody into it, and sometimes we do a little squares game.
Yes.
We're not gambling, we're just having fun. Okay.
Especially after, you've had a full meal, you're in a food coma, you just want to hang out with your family. It's a perfect thing to do.
Yeah, not such a great time for field games, so you might as well turn into a potato on the couch, right? Wait for seconds. Such a good time. Now, speaking of Texas, the Texas Longhorns and the Texas A&M Aggies will not be playing on Thanksgiving Day this year. They're actually going to play the Friday after Thanksgiving on the 28th, which is perfect because you can watch both games. You don't have to pick. Now, this is part of the renewed Lone Star Showdown, and they're going to be playing in Austin at the DKR Texas Memorial Stadium at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. That's over in Austin. Now, they have a long history together, but this is actually the first time that this rivalry has been played since 2011, and also the first time that it's been on a Friday after Thanksgiving since 2007. So this tradition has been going on forever. In fact, 84 of the 119 previous matchups have occurred on Thanksgiving or the day after. Now, the games have been played in Austin since 2010, and this rivalry known as the Lone Star Showdown is actually one of the oldest in college football. The first game played was in 1894.
Wow.
Can you believe that? Insane. The teams played annually from 1915 through 2011 when Texas A&M moved to the SEC. The rivalry was paused for over a decade due to conference realignment, but conflict arose due to scheduling the games, and they're no longer at the same conference as UT. So it was renewed in 2024 when Texas also moved to the SEC. So we're looking forward to this matchup. Again, our good old boy Bevo will be there, and there are actually some legends about how he got his name, which is very interesting. It claims that after the Aggies won 13-0 in 1915, they say they captured the steer and branded him with the score. So the story says that the students altered the brand to spell Bevo. However, I'm going to debunk that story. It's actually false. Can you believe that?
Yes, I can believe that.
Yes. So the Longhorn steer was actually introduced in 1916, and the name was coined by editor Ben Dyer of the Texas X's Alkaloid magazine in December 1916, who wrote his name in as Bevo. So for those of you who are like, I'm going to tell you the origin story of Bevo, it's not. It's a good one. Maybe something to put the kids to bed with, but unfortunately not the true story. Either way, looking forward to that game. Which side are you on? We know our Texas peeps stand firm on Longhorns versus Aggies. Either way, we're here to have a good time, right? We're just cheering for everyone at the same time. We love that. Now that's what's happening over Thanksgiving week, but we do want to give a little forecast because we actually have an Olympic gold medalist coming to the Coastal Bend this December. When we talk about greatness in sports, not just talent, but true lasting legacy, one name always shines gold: Carl Lewis. Born in 1961 in Birmingham, Alabama, Carl Lewis became a symbol of determination, discipline, and pure excellence in track and field. Over the course of his incredible career, he won 9 Olympic gold medals and 1 silver, spanning 4 Olympic Games from 1984 to 1996. At the 1984 Los Angeles Olympics, he made history, matching Jesse Owens' 1936 record by winning 4 gold medals in a single game. Sprints, long jump, you name it, he dominated it. But Carl Lewis wasn't just about athletic power. He was known for his grace under pressure, his outspoken stance on fair competition, and his longevity in a sport that's usually ruled by youth. Few athletes have stayed at the top of their game for over a decade like he did. Today, Lewis's influence extends far beyond the track. He's a coach, philanthropist, and motivational speaker, inspiring the next generation to chase excellence in sports and in life. Carl Lewis once said, "Life is about timing, the perfect moment to run, to jump, to fly." And for millions around the world, his career reminds us that when preparation meets passion, that's when gold truly shines. Carl Lewis will be visiting Corpus Christi as the keynote speaker for the annual Kicks for Class Gold Medal Gala, benefiting communities and schools on December 4th at Bus in downtown Corpus Christi. Proceeds go directly to local middle school students to provide shoes and equipment to support their dreams. Visit the website for more details.
Chris 6 News puts veterans in focus. Veterans in Portland, in Ingleside, in Aransas Pass on the south side. These veterans are our neighbors, our friends, people who sacrifice for our nation. We're honored to give them a voice. If you know a veteran who needs help or deserves recognition, call this number or visit christv.com.
Watch Veterans in Focus, Tuesdays at 6 on Chris 6 News, sponsored by the Heil Law Firm.
Did you know that in middle-income communities there are about 13 books for every child?
But in some underserved communities,
There's only 1 book for every 300 children.
Studies show that having lots of books at home is one of the best ways to help a child succeed in school and beyond.
that's why the Scripps Howard Fund started the If You Give a Child a Book campaign to give books to children who need them most, like me.
So please, if you could give a child a book today,
Just scan the QR code.
We would be so grateful.
You're watching The Coastal Current, presented by the Heil Law Firm, battling for justice, winning for the community. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Coastal Current. We have had a jam-packed show today, and we've covered so many topics, but I would be remiss if we let a show go by without showing you some food and talking about food, right? So last episode, we talked a little bit about Ginger Cafe and how they were one of the 2 restaurants that came to the rescue when Razoo's closed, and it turns out that, Sharon, you're a huge fan of their menu, right?
Yes, I love Ginger Cafe, and I love that we get to highlight them this segment. It's tea time at Ginger Cafe. I'm here with Zach, owner of Ginger Cafe. Tell me a little bit about yourself. You became the owner of Ginger Cafe this year, 2025. So you haven't completed a year and you've already accomplished so much and brought a whole new life to Ginger Cafe. But what was your life before that?
I came to the United States when I was 14 years old. So I'm originally from Jordan. It's in the Middle East, right next to Israel. I went to Carroll High School.
So you used to work at Ginger Cafe before becoming an owner?
Oh yeah, I've been here since I came to the United States for 2014. And I was a server. Basically, I was doing everything. And after that, serving, then to cooking, then back to dishwashing, and you know, it's
so
just
you learned
whatever the
everything.
family puts you, you gotta say yes, you know.
Yes. You took over this year, Ginger Cafe. How has that been for you?
It's been great. It's been so far so good. We're making changes every day, add-ons to the menu, all the healthy options, real fresh ingredients and locally sourced. So we're trying to add this to our restaurant. Like right now we're doing the beef tallow, the grass-fed beef. We're basically just upgrading the ingredients, and we're trying to make it affordable for everybody to be able to, you know, feed their family. Mediterranean dishes, all of them are cooked with olive oil.
Oh, okay.
So
we want to make that very clear. Not all dishes are cooked with beef tallow.
but not the vegan stuff. We have a different fryer, a separate fryer for the vegans. They're frying our falafels, our vegan samosas, the fries for the vegans. So we definitely take it serious when it comes to our vegans because they are our biggest supporters.
I love that. I love how passionate you are to bring in healthy options to the community, and that says a lot about you. I want to talk a little bit about the menus.
We're Mediterranean.
And then a little bit of
Indian dishes, which is like butter chicken, chicken tikka masala, the chicken curry. We got like samosas, curry samosas, and all the vegan samosas. We would actually planning to expand our menu, adding some more Indian dishes, fresh naans, and fresh pitas as well. The build your own bowl. I want to say this one, a lot of people liked it. The Moroccan tagines. Have you heard of the Moroccan tagine?
I have not.
It's basically, it's cooked in a clay pot, and it comes out with lamb and veggies and all that stuff.
Wow.
More of healthier options, a lot of salads, a lot of desserts. We're also doing next door. Stay tuned. We're doing something very special.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Keep an eye on social media, on our Facebook, Ginger Cafe and Grill, our Instagram.
You were telling me that y'all are coming up with an app?
Basically, the app you can order online and you receive rewards. So every $100 you spend with us, you get $10 off. Also, we offer caterings. That's something that we're very proud of. And any cuisine, we actually, our chef is mainly Mediterranean, but he knows Italian. He's been in Italy. He knows French cuisine.
Make sure you follow Ginger Cafe on social media and stay tuned to the amazing things that are coming up for them.
And that wraps up the show for today. It has been such a great episode. We're definitely getting cozy here behind the desk, and we're so grateful to have you as our audience. So please join us every week here at the Coastal Current. You can find us online on Facebook and Instagram. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to interact, and let us know who you'd like to see on the show, right?
Yes, and remember, despite what is going on in the world, this is a time to give and to be thankful. So go out there and do an act of service for your community. We'll see you next time.
Bye. This broadcast of the Coastal Current is a presentation of the Heil Law Firm, battling for justice, winning for the community.